Hi there, Sandra here from createinspain, and today I am making an elephant in a bathtub. Don't ask me why. I really have no idea why I put myself through this. First off, this is going to be the bath. This is very simple. This is just a strip of card with some fold lines, and I'm going to just glue this shut. Now I also have some little feet for this. Now unfortunately, when I transferred this to canvas, it didn't do the marks that I was anticipating it. What I sent to it was tiny little spaced dots, not this, but that's what it does as soon as I put it into canvas. And I didn't realise that until it was cut. Now the reason I didn't really want that is because it makes it a little bit too fragile. Have some glue put on it and make sure it goes right to that edge. Gets folded in half. Do the same with this one. Now they're going to go like that. Two of them are going to be stuck together. They'll be glued down there and they will literally just be two oblongs put together. So I need to work out where that is going to go in relation to this. That's more or less central because it makes a difference where I put the feet. The feet have to go in line with that or inside that line. They cannot go here or here. So if I put that one there and that one there, and I remove that, I'm just going to put my nail there. As long as it goes up above that, it'll be fine. It's going to go like that. And then this one is going to go up there. And you literally just fold it where it looks like the ball part is. And it needs to be folded and level with the floor of the bath. Once you've got one side done, it's a simple process to line up the other feet. Right, there we are. That folds back. So that can be left to dry. So that will be the bath. The seam goes at the back. But I need to get these stuck together, and they need to be stuck together very well. So I need to make sure that the glue goes right to the edges. Large side to large side. Make sure they line up at the edges. Leave it to dry. The biggest mistake you can make with this is trying to proceed when your glue is still not set. You can put it under a heavy weight, you can just leave it for half an hour, whatever. Just make sure it's well and truly done. So we have the elephant. It has a fold line down the centre of the head. These two ears, there's two options. If you want to, you can simply, in the file, take away these slits and you can put it and glue it behind the head, or you can take a pair of scissors and just snip them apart and put them through the slots. Quite a snug fit, but I would still advise gluing it on the back once you've got them in the position that you like them. Just give them a little bit of extra stability, but it allows you to alter the position. You could have one ear up and one ear down, whatever. Okay, turn that over and just put a little bit of glue under the tab. Put that to one side a minute. So here's the body. Has a fold line down the centre, and you need to fold the tabs. And we have a little cross. You fold this in half, add a little bit of glue, open it up. And that goes across the centre, right at the top of the body. Fold it down, a little bit of glue. And then the head goes in line with the centre fold and goes on like that. And when it's dry, that will give that body just a little bit of extra dimension. I'm going to stick one of the rubber ducks on the base here. Whoops. Simply doing it now because it's easier to do these things when they're flat. Now I have the slits in here already, and I've got these bubbles. There are 3 different sizes. They need to be folded in half, matching the tabs, not the body of the bubbles, because they're not symmetrical. And again, fold the tabs, just give them a bit of a crease. I think the easiest way of doing this is to fold the feet forward, okay, apply the glue. Now make sure it goes up to the fold. That's important. It needs to go up to the fold. And then you can simply slide it in, just bend it back a little bit, slide it in there, make sure it's lined up as it should be, and just take a bone folder and press like so. Oh, I put the wrong one in, that was supposed to be the elephant. Better take that one out quick before it gets that. Oops. See, it's so easy to make a mistake. Now let's put glue on there. Slide it into position. Make sure the centre is where it's supposed to be. If you don't get the centre matched up, it doesn't fold properly when you want to fold it flat. So that is very important. That is flat and that is standing up as it needs to. I tried this so many times and I wasn't getting the angle of these things correct. It would look as if it was okay until I started putting it together and then, nah, not quite right. And it is a real pain if you don't get it exactly right. So I'm going to take my own advice now and go away for a few minutes and come back to start doing the rest of it. So when this is dry, you should be able to fold it up. You might need to play around with it just a little bit to get it to fold the first time. And it will fold in half, and then when it's opened up, everything is where it's supposed to be. Do manipulate it a few times because it gets like a muscle memory in the paper and it will do what it's supposed to do. It just gets used to doing it, but it still goes completely flat on the base and everything is fine there. Now for this, I would advise using a double-sided tape if you have a strong one. I'm using this one, which I think is a little bit stronger than my usual craft one that I use. I use this one with my CNC quite a lot. It's just, I think, a little bit stronger because if it comes undone, all your work is for nothing and you really do not want that to happen. So I need to put double-sided tape on here and I need it to go on the base as well. Now I prefer the double-sided tape because I don't want this getting wet. I think that's part of the problem with the perforations getting wet with the glue. It makes it more fragile and it comes apart too easily. So avoiding getting it wet is probably not a bad idea. So I'm going to put this pretty much in the middle. We'll just see if that will open out flat. Yeah, it does. So there is my little elephant in the water, and we have this bit which needs to go in here, and it does exactly the same thing. So I need to put some tape on here, and then it goes into here and it goes to fold up. But I've just remembered I need more tape. There's a reason for this. Okay, let's take this here and it goes right up to that top seam and do the same on the other side. Fingers crossed this actually is working now. I'm going to put mine more or less in the middle of here and stick down that side there, like so, and then allow it to go flat and stick that side, and lo and behold, yes, it has worked. Oh, thank heavens for that. Right. I mean, this is a standalone piece, so when it's finished, you just fold it up and then you put it in a card when you want it. And you do exactly the same thing. You put that to the centre fold, glue it down or tape it, and that's it. And that is now opening up really nicely. Oh, thank heavens. At long last. So now we can stick on the sides. Right. Now, to do this, you want to push it, get it over the elephant's head. Make sure you keep it nice and wide until it reaches the floor. When it reaches the floor, you can then press it into the side and it will stick. And there we have our elephant in place. Oh yes, thank heavens for that. Right, these can now have a little bit of glue applied underneath. These are going to act as just extra little supports. There we go, done. I am going to leave that for an hour or so before I fold it up. But I am so pleased it has now worked. I've got a working file, yes. Oh, that is brilliant. After about 10, 12 attempts, I have got one that works. I very nearly gave up on this one, but I'm glad I didn't because he does look rather cute. So that seems to be the best way to make it, and I'm hoping that you will give it a try, because after this much effort, if no one makes it, I should be most upset. This one has now had a little bit of time to dry, not too long, but you can simply fold it shut like so, open it out, and everything is as it should be. So yeah, if you want to make this one up, I suggest you do it in the sequence that I did, because I've tried various other ways and it just hasn't worked that well. So there we go, all ready to go into a card. I'm not going to put him into a card at the moment. I may well do in the future, but at the moment he's just a really cute little 3D model for me. So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope you give it a try. As usual, the file is in the information down below the video. All I need now is a name for him.